Good morning. I've got sunshine right in my face. So I said we were going to work on the basics before we got into everything else. And I thought before doing a live, let's cover the basics a little bit. And what I mean by basics is your canvas, okay? Because it's a canvas. Your canvas. So we're talking about first skincare. Very, 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 very important that you prep your skin before putting anything else on it. So you want to use, cleanse your face, of course, and use a good moisturizer. You're going to want to use something that I can't find, of course, you know. You're going to want to use a good under eye cream as well, that you're going to use both under your eyes, right? So if we're going to do concealer or if we're going to use corrector, we want to hydrate under our eyes. Very, very important. Otherwise we get dry, crusty, creasy looking stuff, and that's not cute. We also want to do our eyelids. That often gets forgotten. But if we want our eyeshadow to go on nice, we want to sort of prime those as well. I've already obviously done my skincare. I'm sure you can see the glow from the moon, right? You probably see it all the way overseas. Okay, so once you have prepped your skin really well, oh good, the sun's moving, then you can go in and you can start doing your under eye correction, your base makeup, whatever it is that you like to do. Now I go for the full face. I like this. This has been my go-to foundation for forever. It's Dior Forever Natural Nude, but I don't have much left in there, and I don't want to sit here and pump. So we're going to try this Prism Libre from Givenchy, and I'm just going to pump 2 little squirts on the back of my hand. Now you can use your hands. You can use a damp, like squeeze it out, damp beauty blender, or you can use, a brush. I choose to use a brush. It doesn't matter. There's no right or wrong way to do it. I just think that I get a smoother finish when I use the brush and sort of in a stippling type of motion. There are brushes that I don't happen to have handy that you can sort of just glide it across, but with this particular brush and the type of bristles that it is, it would just leave like streaks on my face. Don't forget your jawline. You know, remember back in the day, and we'd put on our CoverGirl foundation that was too dark for us, and there'd always be that line where you could see dark and then light. Yeah, we don't do that anymore. We don't want that. We want to make sure our foundation matches our skin. It's okay if it's a little darker or a little lighter, because we can always warm up light with a bronzer, and we can sort of lighten up a darker foundation with powder. So we work with what we've got, and that's just how it is. Now, I should have done my eyebrows first because I don't want to get my foundation into the eyebrow gel because it doesn't look cute. It leaves a gross. This cat is going to drive me nuts. He's trying to get out the door. They don't go outside, but we have a little, very little screened in like area, a little, I guess, sort of porch where they like to sit and hang out and watch the birds. And there's somebody that has, there's somebody around here that has some sort of fancy ducks. I don't know, they breed them, and so they're everywhere. There's always ducks in my yard. And so the cats like to watch the ducks. And then we've got the seagulls and the herons, and we've got so many really interesting birds here in Florida. So the cats, I like to, don't forget your ears too, because we want our ears to match our faces, especially if you do fake tan, which I do, but I don't have on right now because I just did like this exfoliating thing on my skin and it took it all off, so it's okay. All right, so got our base on. I forgot to do my eyebrows. And since I have one of my blondie friends in there talking about eyebrows, I'm going to give you a little secret. All I do to my brows is I use a clear brow gel. This is my favorite because it holds them suckers. They don't move. And I like to have that kind of laminated look. So this one is from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and it's the Brow Freeze Gel. It works fantastically. You can use color if you want to use a pencil, you can do that. But what I do, I just use this. I brush my brows where I want them, which is, straight up in that laminated look. And then I use the side where the, more or less it's a glue, but to flatten them down. This brow, I don't know what its problem is, but it's one that I have to go through several times because it doesn't want to behave. But like I said, they're sisters, not twins, right? Yeah, I want twin brows. I don't like having two different eyebrows, but what are you gonna do, right? So yeah. Normally I would do my brows before I put my foundation on, but I get nervous when I get on camera and I forget what the heck I'm doing. So there, that's it. You can just leave it like that and call it a day with your eyebrows, Or after this sort of dries down, you can get it's out now, but this pencil right here from Benefit Brows, it's called Precisely My Brow Detailer. It has, I can't show you the pencil because it's gone, but when you roll it up, it's like, almost looks like a mechanical pencil like we used in school sometimes. Really, really fine, and you can draw just like little hairs. It's fantastic, but I'm out, so yeah, we have other eyebrow pencils available here. This one is from Rare Beauty, from Selena Gomez, and this one is not as fine tipped as you can see, but you can still go in and draw some little hairs if you have sparse areas, and just right? Whatever. There, done. It's super easy. Brows are not as difficult as people make them to be. Now, if they look a little wonky or whatever, and you're not completely satisfied with that, use your little brow brush and comb through that glue gel and just set them the way you want them. You can always add more if you need to, but there's a lot of really good brow gels. It just depends. Like, my hair is super, super fine. My hair on my head and my eyebrows. So I need a really strong brow gel. And this one is the strongest. Now, if you want to go in with, jeez, I have way too much stuff up here. If you want to go in with a colored brow gel, Benefit they have two. They have a brow gel, and then they have this new brow wax. It's called Precisely My Brow Wax. And this one, I don't know if I got it in, I got it in a darker shade, but they have blonde shades, they have taupe, they have black, they have whatever color you want. It's not super, super dark, but it does have a little bit of color, and it holds them. Like I said, it's a wax, or that's what they call it anyway. I don't know if it's an actual wax. So there's with a little bit of color. Okay, now we did our foundation. Now we want to do our under eyes. And I don't think that my dark circles are showing up really well on camera, but believe me, they're there. So I'm going to use my under eye corrector in that peach shade. And again, if you have darker skin tone, Hispanic, whatever, darker skin tone. You want to use more of an orangey color. Okay. Any hue. Where's my brush? I don't know. What brush? Listen, I am so disorganized. You guys don't even know. I'm a hot mess when it comes to my makeup table here. I couldn't even begin to show you. I don't know where it is. So, oh, it's right here. All right. So, again, you don't have to use a brush if you don't have one. If you want to use a beauty blender to do this, you can do that as well. If you are not familiar with a beauty blender, this is what it looks like when it's dry. Get it wet, it'll expand, of course, and then squeeze it out really, really, really good. You want it damp, not wet. Even squeezing it into a towel is a good idea. And then you just go in and you bounce it to blend in whatever it is you're blending in, whether it's your foundation or your under eye, concealer, corrector, whatever. Dry, it doesn't work quite as well. I don't personally care for a beauty blender. It's just, for me, I prefer a brush, but you can use your fingers. You don't have to use a brush. Use whatever you have at your disposal and whatever you feel comfortable with, you know? There's no real rules per se to makeup. There just isn't. I'm gonna put a little bit of gloss on my lips so that they get primed and moisturized for when I do the rest of my makeup. I always put like a lip balm or something on them while I'm doing everything else. Okay, so now we're gonna go in with our concealer, and this one is probably gonna be a little dark for this foundation because it matches my Dior that I'm out of, but you know what? We can fix that. We can always fix it. And we always want to trust the process. You might be going along and doing your makeup and going, this looks freaking ridiculous. Oh my gosh, what am I doing? This is going to turn out horribly. Trust the process. Finish it. Go all the way to the end of whatever you're doing. Complete the actual look, and I bet you 9 times out of 10, you're going to be surprised and go, wow, that actually turned out okay. Because makeup can look really crazy as we're going along before it's finished, you know? And you guys will see that when I actually do an eye look. You're going to look at me and go like, oh my God, she does not know what she's doing. Trust the process. All right, since that's darker, I'm going to use a little lighter one just here. We don't want to put too much under the eyes because if we do, then we get that creasing and crusty look, and that's just not cute, right? And the sun is coming back. It's gonna shine in my face. All right, we're just about done with our basics here, right? I mean, of course, there's a lot more to a makeup look, you know, the blush and all that stuff. But we want to at least establish how to put on a good base, a good foundation, concealer, whatever, and do our brows. Now listen, if you're not into having a foundation on and all that, you don't have to. If you just want to do a little concealing and correcting and call it a day, that's okay too. Or they have, I don't have any handy here because I give them away, but they have like skin tints or BB and CC creams, or tinted SPF, things of that nature. You don't have to wear heavy foundation or a really, full coverage foundation. You don't have to wear foundation at all. If you want to just, put a little concealer under your eyes to cover up any darkness or any blemishes you might have, that's fine. You do not have to wear a full entire face of makeup. It is not necessary. That's just what I do. I go all out. All right, so the next thing I will do, and then I'm gonna stop it because it's been 15 minutes already, is I'll go in with an eyeshadow primer, which basically is like a concealer, and I will, cover my eye. I like to get rid of the little veins and stuff like that and prepare it for eyeshadow. And we are going to stop it here. I hope everyone's having a good day or night, depending on where you are. See you guys soon. And Dave, I'm so sorry about your friend. I'm so sorry. Hang in there, buddy, and don't worry about us. Take care of you.